Why? Because the reasoning they are giving is violence. We already explained that violence is not coming from out of town. If there is something like that, it should be addressed to the police department. Secondly, my question is that yes, we do need a couple of people, just like he mentioned, that there should be an emergency reasoning for people staying over 30 days, and the reason is for those who are not a threat to the community. I don't think it's harmful for the people who are working there and they like to stay, extended stay. It shouldn't be considered harmful for the community or for the people, the residential people, for those people, right? If they want to stay more than 30 days. My question should be, if they do want to, if you do something, okay, 1/3 of the property should be, let's consider that 1/3 of the property should be put it aside for those people who are working and not threat to the community or the residents people, and it should be okay with everyone, right? We don't want to finger point to someone, okay, leave our property because that's wrong. It's against the human rights as well. People are innocent, they're not threat to community. It shouldn't be. We shouldn't throw them away. And the last thing, I'm just gonna say, we already been here before. You guys had, we tried to pass a law, and at that time we've been told clearly that the law cannot change because it already exists for the father or grandfather property, something like that. We have been told that the law cannot be changed, even though we were trying to improve our property, bring better people in our community, improve the area, the look, everything. We tried to improve our property, improve our business. It was told not to change because it already exists.
Okay.
Similarly, I have one quick thing.
You gotta make it really quick.
Real quick. It's just compared to that. If that law cannot be changed, this law, 30 days executive, consecutive and 40 non-consecutive, shouldn't be imposed another law.
Okay.
You shouldn't impose another new law onto something that already exists.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Dan Moore, 31 Walker Road. I've been listening to this for quite a few years. And, I live down by the lake in the corner. Okay? I've been personally threatened in my own yard by people from the motel and drugs. They're hanging out in the woods drinking beer. And we got a set of bookings at hotels in Hollywood. And all Howard is asking is to stop the nonsense of the people using our neighborhood as their park. And it's going to end badly for somebody someday when something bad happens, when nobody has done anything for so many years. I pulled the police report on some of this stuff, and there is an enormous amount of activity with the police department in certain hotels. It's a matter of public record. Anybody can go look at it. So it's not just Howard Lake is saying there's a problem in certain hotels. The police department knows about it. It's well documented. That's it.
Thank you, Dan. Yes, sir.
My name is Muhammad. I'm from Point to Point 8, formerly Christiana Hotel. I listened to everything here so far as some people have been talking like the law is going to pass. Has not passed yet. I request a couple of things, like there are some rooms. I request please give us some area so that we can accommodate some people. We still have, how long is that? There can always be a complaint and we will take care of it. This is, if it's 100%, it's going to make an economical problem for us. What we accommodate in our hotel is guards who take care of the place, and they live here, they temporarily come, they go on weekends to Pennsylvania or wherever they come from, but they are there on a permanent basis. They are guards. That means they are protecting us. And economically, secondly, I want to give another. The amount we take is very little compared to apartments. They cannot afford the apartment because they have to pay the utilities, they have to generate another residency, and which they cannot afford. On top of that, we have people who are inside cooking and doing other things inside. And we have already lost economically in this town. We have lost a lot of money. We do not have the same economic situation what we used to have. This law will economically hurt us and the village. Please do take consideration of this, and before passing, please give an, there are 2-3 things, humanity, economically, and other things we can always talk about. If there are issues, we are here to talk as motel owners. We'll do our best to protect the community. Thank you very much.
I just want to, you did that within your 2 minutes, thank you. I just want to address your issue you have when you bring up the guards at West Point and they go home on the weekends. That break, they're not there. So that break.
Yeah, but the question is, as you said, like 30 days, not consecutive, same area, I'm confused with the law too, but I just want to address that we have these issues. I don't want somebody to come there, fine me $200, I have to sell the hotel.
Any other?
My name is Elma Lavelle. I live 33 Main Street. I'm part of the Pound of Lake homeowners living there. I have here only part of the police complaints. I walk by that hotel every single day. If I had a young girl, such as that little girl that was here, Mrs. Fowler's granddaughter, I would be very concerned. There's one report in here where the gentleman called Extreme Entertainment. He requested a tall blonde. He received a short brunette. He didn't want to pay her. So he accused her. He said, well, you can stay and hang out with me. She went into the bathroom and changed into her, whatever it was she was going to do. He accused her of stealing his money, $200. He said he had $200 or $300. It's in here. Nothing was done. That's only one. Then there was another one where the guy was sniffing plant food. And he went wackadoo. They had to call Mr. Stroker. We can go on and on and on. Pellwood Lake is a residential community. Not one of you would like what goes on in that hotel to go on in your backyard. And we have been here with your family when John Coppola was alive, 4 or 5 years ago. You came with a big board of architectural drawings that cost a lot of money. A lot of money. You discovered, unbeknownst to us, because no one bothered to knock on our door and say, we want to have you rezoned. You're in with us, not us in with you. You're a little confused, okay? You are grandfathered in. We don't have a problem with you.
Eleanor, you gotta look up here. You can't address.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
We don't have a problem with you or your family. We have a problem with what's there.
Eleanor, you gotta look up here. Your 2 minutes.
I'm sorry.
Thank
I'm
you
sorry,
very much.
Joe.
That's okay. You don't have to apologize. Take your 2 minutes.
These reports would qualify anyone that has young children. When my children were young, I let them out the door. They
Yeah,
went
that's your
to
2 minutes are up. Any other public comments? No, ma'am.
So wait, can I just say something, Joe?
Real
So
quick.
The attorney just said,
No.
excuse me, you already had your turn, wait a second. The
Easy.
attorney said that, now, wait, Sharon put up a point, the state has the law on the books, correct? We all knew that, because we came here 5 years ago and asked, what can we do about the problem? 5 years ago, okay? But wait, so he said the town code enforcement is going to enforce it, so how does he do that?
Okay,
Does he go, no?
Eleanor, I can't. Eleanor, thank you very much. Is there anyone else that hasn't spoken?
I need to.
Yes. Yes.
Hi, everybody. Patrick Kelly, Highland Falls. This
Up here, up here, up here. You gotta look up here.
okay, sorry. This just seems very unfair. I live in a community, and it's a lovely community. I don't have this problem. I come up here 15 years ago, creating a nice home for my family, working hard to protect our investment. Oh, sorry. And, these other people are doing the same thing in Pellwood Lake. And they have this problem, which it sounds, I was completely unaware of it. I'm a very naive person. I didn't really know too much about it. So as I'm hearing all of this, it's just not fair. And, I drive down Main Street sometimes to see the bus stop in front of the hotels. Whether or not people are living there and their kids are going to school there and living in for an address, I don't think that's right. I don't think people should be living and sending their kids from a hotel address. Like Bobby Conn said, there's lots of apartments. And just to differ with this gentleman, I have a two-family home. I have an apartment, and I had a soldier come live with me that was living in a hotel. He said, wow, this is great. It's so much cheaper. So he loved living in my house with a family. I'm just saying, that's my right. I have a two-family house, and I pay taxes, great taxes for it. And when we have people living in hotels and stuff like that, and sending their kids to school, you know, it affects our school taxes and the grade of our school and all of that other stuff too. So these are all stuff that we are paying dearly for as a community and as a homeowner. So, and I think just one last thing. Maybe hotels should have their own security person. Maybe they can hire a security guard to monitor the woods where these incidents take place. Why should we be paying our police force to do that? Why can't they? You know, other businesses have security agencies. You know, you get a security guard, walk around the hotel, and make sure everybody's on the up and up. And if he has a problem, he can call downtown.
Thank you.
And send a professional.
Thank you. Any other comments? Anyone else want to speak for the first time? Yes.
Okay. I was a little late, so I don't quite understand like how the code is going to be enforced. I've learned in my small business time frame that people can and will get around these laws, especially when the units, you know, for rent per month is what your if it's $750 for your fine, and oh, they got 5 rooms at $750, what's $750 to them? So that's the part I'm working on. But you know, aside from that, JoJo's Food Shop, I own that, and we will be closing in the village. It is, like, I'm not gonna cry, but it has nothing to do with not having the business there. It has to do with the type of clientele that was allowed to stay in that building. I don't know if that building is zoned, you know, or part of this zoning thing. But, you know, we're leaving. Good luck to you. Like, that's what I have to say to this village. And then if that building is going to stay in that condition, good luck to the next person that goes there.
Thanks. Anyone else? I have a comment. Yes. Yes, sure, okay. I just want to quickly say, the Pelwood Lake Group, thank you so much, because you guys, that's what we need more of in the town. We need people to be vigilant. Wrong or right, we'll work it out, okay? Wrong or right, we'll get together, we'll talk about it, but that's got to be the first step. And you guys took a huge step, and that's not being done, and I applaud you. Because, you know, some people are more passionate than others, and they get really excited. But if we don't have that, then we will let things go. And that's one of the problems that I see as a person in this village. So I do applaud you. I do want to just quickly, and I don't mean to bring up names, but I also want to thank Sharon and Bobby, because at the Pelwood Lake meeting, I just want the hotel owners to know, they were vigilant about the fact that you need to stay open. You need to have business. And so it's not left and right here. There are people that want to, there are a lot of people, and I believe the entire Pelwood Lake Group, whether or not you believe it or not, would like to see you successful, but in a proper way. That's how they feel. I think more discussion has to go on, and I know you guys are good, and I know you're trying. I love the fact that the Best Western, I would love to see it happen, because I think that would have made a big difference to our community. I just also want to thank all the hotel owners for being part of the discussion process. This is the first time I've had this kind of a thing with groups. I think that you guys did a great job coming together. I just have one question that was brought up about the workers that I don't think was addressed. The workers on West Point then with the law, how are they going to be affected as far as being in the hotels?
Well, my understanding is that they leave on the weekend, so they wouldn't be affected by the 30 consecutive day provision. But it's possible they could be by the provision that says no more than 45 days in a 90-day period.
Okay. Can I say something?
Over 2 minutes.
One quick one, just quick.
No, I can't, no, because I can't. Because
And she didn't have to.
Yeah.
If they're making it their permanent residency, and that's their mailing address, then it shouldn't be. If they're not doing that, they're leaving on weekends,
That'll take care
then
of
that takes care of your contractor and your guard problem. I mean, how many guards stay there? I work for the guards, I know one. So,
it.
we're
Permanent
not
residency,
making it
that's
your
what we
permanent
want.
residency.
Is there a way that you could change that to place them on more permanent residency? Instead of what you still have to have 30, 45 minutes.
Well, I think you still want the consecutive day limitation.
Yes.
I really want the opportunity to give some thought to a permanent residency, because that's exactly how that would be enforced as well, and how that provision would be written. So I really need to give some thought to that. I'm not saying you can't do it, I just couldn't lay it out right now. So
Right.
Plus, they've had 15 years to make this hotel good.
Okay, is there anything else, anyone else that hasn't spoken? Is there anyone else? Okay.
Can I ask you just one last thing? Because the discussion's happening on this, if the question is enforceable, not enforceable, this law, I know that the public will remain vigilant, the public group, any group involved or whatnot, the law is not gonna, the law itself, the paper, is not gonna fix the problem. We have got to, we have got to work with each other to do what we can to improve the community. And I hope that you guys stay on top of it, I really do, and I hope we do what we can do. Because the paper itself is not gonna fix this problem. We've got to, as you said, how are we going to enforce it? That's the next steps. We've got to,
Okay. Before I close the public hearing, I want to say again to the motel owners that are here, and there's some that aren't here that were at the meeting. We had a nice meeting, you were there, and sir, you were there, and we had a very nice meeting, and you put your concerns and your issues on the table, and we listened to you. I hope you know that. I want to say to the Pebble Lake Association, that was a nice meeting, good meeting, nice meeting, because we first of all, we came, but it was good that so many people were there, Norm, that was you gathered them up to come, and many of them spoke, and we were there for a while, and we left with questions and information. So, I appreciate the time that you put into that meeting. Okay? I'll take a motion to... Yes.
don't have an act, you can't close it.
I'd like to have a motion to have it closed.
Can I say, just if someone has a permanent
Name?
George Fallon, 70. If someone has a permanent residency, besides that, I mean, is this law now what is down? This is what is going to be moved forward, or is?
The law is introductory law, as written. Doesn't have any provisions about permanent residency in there.
I just have a question about that. If someone had a permanent residency, if they could.
I'll take a motion to close the public hearing. Is there a second? Second. May I have roll call?
Roll call, trustee Flynn. Trustee McCormick. Trustee Solo. Trustee Brown. Mayor Blanchard.
Aye. The resolution, if anyone cares to make a motion to adopt the local law. Okay, so my recommendation to the board is that we table this local law for the purpose of two issues. Number one, is there a state law, and more information about that. And number two, the permanent residency question. We'll be able to have those answers within a couple of days. And we will put this back on the agenda for the next meeting. May I have a motion for that? Is there a second?